G'day everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 vitamins you probably should be taking. Reason being that with our modern diets and lifestyle, a lot of us are deficient in these vitamins. However, the reason I say you probably should be on these is that you have to speak to your doctor about these. Of course, you should never take any supplements without consulting with your doctor. You don't know what they're going to interact with, or if you have any particular diseases that would react badly to any of these vitamins. That being said, these are 5 that a lot of people in our modern diets and modern lifestyles tend to be deficient in, or even if you're not deficient, you may benefit from taking these supplements. So number 1 is vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is a vitamin that we can get naturally from being out in the sun. However, what I've been told from my doctor is that the amount of sun exposure you would need to get to a good level of vitamin D puts you at risk at getting skin cancer. And that's not even to mention people who have darker skin who absorb less sunlight and therefore generate less vitamin D. And also obviously with our modern lifestyles, working indoors in offices and now working from home, it's a lot harder to get that amount of sunlight that you need daily to get your required vitamin D intake. Vitamin D has many benefits. It can boost your immunity. It can even boost your testosterone. It also aids in calcium absorption. But it's not so much the benefits from having vitamin D. The symptoms you can show from being deficient in vitamin D makes it well worthwhile getting tested and seeing your vitamin D levels, and you could also benefit in that way from having vitamin D. Some of the symptoms of being vitamin D deficient include hair loss, fatigue, low mood, muscle pain, and back pain. So vitamin D is definitely one of those vitamins you need to go and get blood tests, see what blood levels you have, and if necessary, I'm sure your doctor will prescribe you or guide you into which vitamin D to take. What I take is Now Foods. I take 5,000 IUs. I don't take this every day. I would say I take it about 4 or 5 times a week. That works for me. That's with regularly having blood tests and monitoring the amount of vitamin D in my blood and adjusting accordingly in consultation with my doctor. And my doctor recommends which brands to get and which ones to avoid. I found this one off iHerb absorbs pretty well. I know that because before I started taking it, my vitamin D levels in my blood were at a certain level, and then taking it as directed by my doctor, it got to the level where she was happy with where it was at. So now I'm kind of just maintaining that level and then regularly getting blood tests to see if it's still at that optimal level. I will pop links in the description of all the vitamins that I take in this video, so don't worry about seeing which one it is. The number 2 vitamin you probably should be taking is vitamin K2. Now, vitamin K has 2 main forms, K1 and K2. K1 tends to be a lot more bioavailable in the foods we eat, especially leafy green vegetables. But K2 can be a little bit harder to get in our diets. Vitamin K2 is especially important to take if you are taking vitamin D or any calcium vitamins, or if you have a high calcium intake through your diet. Vitamin K works with vitamin D to make sure calcium gets through to your bones. According to a 2015 review article, K2 activates a protein that prevents calcium deposits from forming in the walls of blood vessels. The author suggested that a diet high in natural vitamin K2 may decrease the risk of coronary heart disease. So if you're taking your vitamin D, you've got good calcium absorption, and you're not taking K2, then you're going to risk that calcium building up where it shouldn't be and risking heart disease. Similar to the vitamin D, I take Now Foods K2, and what it says on the thing. Vitamin K is well known for its role in the synthesis of a number of blood coagulation factors, and it's also important for the formation of strong, healthy bones. My doctor got me onto this because she's obviously monitoring my calcium levels and my vitamin D levels, and this is an important supplement to take in conjunction with those sorts of vitamins and minerals. Now, the 3rd vitamin you probably want to be on is zinc. In terms of zinc, I've got to talk about it more from a male health perspective, but it is just as important for female health as well. I started taking zinc, I believe, in my early 20s because I read that it can help with acne and it can enhance your skin. Not only that, it aids in sperm production. So if you're a male trying to conceive, that is another benefit of zinc. And it also helps with having healthy hair and it boosts your immunity. And again, there are many downsides to being deficient in zinc. So another reason why it's important to have good levels of zinc. Now, zinc is one you do have to be extra careful with because if you take too much, it can be toxic. So again, if you are going to look at zinc as a supplement, make sure to speak to your doctor, look at your levels and see that they're within a healthy range. And one thing to note about zinc is that there's a lot of different zinc compounds out there. Some absorb a lot better than others. The one that I use is zinc picolinate. There are other ones that absorb just as well, but through blood tests and in consultation with my doctor, I found this one absorbs really well. I think generally it may be important to avoid the big name vitamin brands. What I've found is they tend to use compounds that are cheaper and hence perhaps less bioavailable. They absorb worse, which is why the website iHerb has taken off. There's a lot of cheaper vitamins and you can read reviews and see how other people have gone with using particular compounds. But yeah, for me, I found this one to be pretty good, zinc picolinate. I take this, this is 50 milligrams, and I take it about, say, 3 or 4 times a week, if that. I take it sparingly, just to avoid going overboard, and that has seemed to work based on the blood tests that I've had. What it says on the bottle, zinc is essential to the normal function of many organs and systems within the body, including the skeletal, immune, neurological, and endocrine systems. Zinc is a necessary mineral cofactor for hundreds of enzymatic reactions related to protein and carbohydrate metabolism, RNA, DNA synthesis, and intercellular signaling. It's also known to play a critical role in the body's defense against oxidative processes and is especially helpful for maintenance of healthy aging. So that is another benefit of zinc which I didn't mention. It may reduce the risk of certain age-related diseases. Number 4 of vitamins you probably want to be taking is magnesium. Magnesium is found in many foods, but again, it's one that in our general everyday diets we tend not to have enough of. Magnesium has many benefits. It calms the nervous system, reduces stress, regulates muscle and nerve function. It can also reduce blood pressure, may improve your mood, it may benefit blood sugar control, may reduce heart disease risk, and it could even improve any migraines. But again, as I mentioned with all the other vitamins, you have to speak to your doctor about it. You have to check your levels. It interacts with other ailments, with other vitamins, with other medications. So you definitely have to speak to your doctor about it. Magnesium supplements, like the other ones, come in a variety of different forms that absorb at different levels. I found this one, Doctor's Best High Absorption Magnesium, 100% chelated. Absorbs really well with me. I take this very sparingly, and yet it still seems to have my magnesium at optimal levels. Now, the 5th and final vitamin that you probably want to be on is vitamin B12. B12 has many benefits. It helps with red blood cell formation, avoiding anemia. It can prevent major birth defects if you're planning on having children. It can support bone health and prevent osteoporosis. It can reduce the risk of macular degeneration, so it can help with your eyes and your eyesight. It may improve mood and symptoms of depression. So if you're low in vitamin B12 and you're finding your mood really low, that's one you probably want to look at. It may benefit your brain by preventing the loss of neurons. It can give you an energy boost. It may improve your heart health. It supports healthy hair, skin, and nails. And there's many risks of being vitamin B12 deficient. Now, B12 gets a lot of headlines when it comes to vegan and plant-based diets. So definitely, if you're on a plant-based diet, is one to speak to your doctor and get onto B12. But even if you do eat meat, you might not be eating the right balance of meats or enough of it. So another one that you definitely want to get your blood tests, speak to your doctor, and perhaps get onto B12. The one I take is the Solaray Methyl B12 with methylfolate. So it's got folate in it as well. and what it says on the pack here. The biological active form of B12 provides support for healthy red blood cell production, proper nerve function, and healthy homocysteine levels. 5-MTHF. The biologically active form of folic acid is involved in prenatal development and the support of healthy cells and tissues. So definitely if you are wanting to be a mother, this is one that I'm sure your doctor will speak to you about. Okay, so that is my 5 vitamins that you probably want to be on. Obviously, there's a lot more vitamins and minerals and supplements out there, and I may cover them in future videos, but I feel these ones are particularly important to speak to your doctor about and get your levels right. And not everyone is the same, and these vitamins are not going to be applicable for everyone. And of course, you shouldn't just rely on vitamin supplements. You should be trying to get these vitamins from a well-balanced diet. I get all my vitamins from iHerb. I'll pop a link in the description. I've found them to be the best price, and they're always stocked with really great absorbing vitamins and plenty of reviews to go through. But I will say my doctor is the one that got me onto iHerb. My doctor recommended the exact brands of the vitamins that I should be taking. So try to have that sort of relationship with your doctor where they can give you this sort of information rather than just telling you go get magnesium and then you go get some random magnesium from the corner store. Make sure you're armed with as much information as possible, and hopefully this video has shed some light for you. Let me know in the comments below if there's any vitamins that I've missed out you feel may be really important. But that will be the video for today. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you all next time.